today's game has been highly anticipated is an understatement. Number 1 versus number 2, and that's really all that needs to be said. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the USC Trojans. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Catching up with the Trojans head coach before they have done well so far. They're both undefeated in league play. This will be the difference maker. Everybody having eyes on Indianapolis. The Big Ten champs will be backs against the wall. Whoever wins this game has the lead in the league and can make a huge statement come December. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Trojans headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he's not going to take the touchback. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Taylor. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Guys, I know 1 versus 2 largely speaks for itself, but think of everything that's at stake. Playoff positioning, impressing the committee, potential buys in the college football playoff, all at stake today.
The intensity in this game will just simply feel different than anything else we've seen throughout the course of the year because of what is riding on this game.
No doubt, the stakes, you don't get 1 versus 2 late in the season very often. So a chance to make a statement, a chance to prove you belong, a chance to really punch your ticket. Whoever wins, they're in the college football playoff. That is exactly how you...
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Williams to throw for it on 4th. He'll pull it down and run. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a 4th down conversion.
Well, this quarterback's athleticism, I think, makes it a little bit easier for you as a head coach when you decide to go for it on 4th down, because if it's not there to throw the ball, his athleticism can just take over. He can go get it himself and keep the drive alive. Really nice job that time by the QB.
Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. He'll do it himself on the draw. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And you knew his legs were a weapon, and he shows it to you right there, running it into the end zone. And this offense, man, they are a good offense, and they are in a good rhythm early in this football game. We talked about the quarterback. We talked about his speed. He can make these type of plays, and on the first drive, Palmer, the defense didn't have any answers. They better find some.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find them, too, just because of that athleticism and just how he can attack defenses with his arm, with his feet, the different playmakers surrounding him as well. There's a lot to get prepared for in a week when you're playing against this offense, and I just think they saw everything there on that opening drive. They're going to have to do some soul-searching on the sidelines early.
Steps away to find some room. Stands in and takes the hit. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be that.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Right back to it. Got a little grass. And he scores! Touchdown, Southern Cal! The extra point here would tie the game. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he finished things off by racing 37 yards to the end zone. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Play fake, Williams. Gonna let it fly. Got it down the field. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Makes the grab. In some ways, guys, it feels as if the first part of the season has built to this. A real chance to prove yourself in a battle between number 1 and number 2.
I think this is a game, guys, that's really going to define the path to the national championship. It's rare that you get this 1 versus 2 matchup at this time of the year. So you know here, David, the energy is just going to be off the charts.
Yeah, because we already know midway through the season now what these teams are. And they're great teams that are trying to get into the playoffs. So whoever gets this dub now, you got a win against a top team for your resume.
Guys, let's chat about Michigan. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting it got.
It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Michigan. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Just one of those mistakes that can't happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Finds his man. It's Bowman. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking to scramble. Trying to make magic with his feet.
I love the play call there, too, because 2nd and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but it doesn't matter. This guy's just so athletic himself. He's able to go get the first. Let's get a fresh set of downs.
Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's complete.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Quarterback moving. Fires on the move. Working that left side. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He's looking to pass. Wideout trying to get it in. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Trying to find the end zone.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Zings it complete to the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too.
Makes a grab deep. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. We all love the quarterbacks with the big arms and the big throws, but getting that protection set properly is so huge.
And I think the quarterback just had so much confidence that he was going to be picked up. He didn't freak out. He was so poised, knowing that those big fellas up front, they had it all taken care of.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Williams. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Play action with Williams. Trying to escape and get it himself. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's 3rd down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on 3rd down.
Got enough for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Got his man on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. QB draw. They knock him down right there.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. 4th down, Williams. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Wants to throw on 1st down. Wide open downfield. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Running inside. It's Wormley. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The Trojans use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Moving away from pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. Makes a connection. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. And the Trojans will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Wormley. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bowman. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Williams on the play fake. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll find a little bit of running room there. It'll be 3rd down as the clock runs before the half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. 1 more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Men, Week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin our coverage with Florida State taking on the Duke Blue Devils. And it's the Seminoles in front on the scoreboard and atop their conference standings. And it's hardly too early to dream big. This team is closing in on an 8-0 start. Could be a special season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The run inside. It's Coates. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover. Good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to the well. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Got the big pause on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be 4th down. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Doing what he does best. He can move. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
Man, this thing's starting to snowball now in a bad way for this offense. 2nd interception in as many drives. This quarterback has got to be able to turn the page and make better decisions.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Taylor. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
The Wolverines have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. A give to Brown.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Play fake, Williams. Bring in the heat, and they got it.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Tries to do it himself on the draw. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. Williams. It's complete on the right side. The quarterback using all of the receivers at his disposal. This time he found the fullback.
And it's nice to have a guy that can block and obviously have the versatility to also catch the football, you know, so you can mix it up and keep that defense guessing.
And he'll be smacked to the ground. To the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
And you gotta love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. You had a big lead, you take the ball right away here in the 2nd half, you drive it down the field, and you scored. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
He'll bring it out. It's Gilliam. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. He'll start this drive going to the air, trying to make magic on the scramble. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Got his man. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Trojans right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Running inside. It's Wormley. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Play action with Williams. Pocket breaking down. Right on the money. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Williams to throw. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
I think everybody thinks when you say